Hey, this is Holly with Compact Power Equipment Services, and this video is meant to be a supplementary training video for the field service application mobile CRM. So the next thing you're going to do is launch the mobile CRM application from your tablet or device. And once here, you're going to navigate to the Setup tab. This is where when you initially log into the application, you will go to type in the URL, your company email address, and company email password to be able to configure this application for your specific user. You do that by, to the right of CRM, clicking on the hyperlink and filling out these three pieces of information. Again, the URL, which will always be https://cpes.compactpowerinc.com. Your username, which will always be your company email address ending in @compactpowerinc.com, and the password you use to access your company email address. Make sure you swipe right to save password so that you don't have to log in each time, and then click the sync button in the top right corner. So next, navigate to the My Stores tab, and this lists all the customer locations within the region that you guys are assigned to. You can click on a location and see at the bottom a General Information tab, a Map tab, which also has the feature of, at the top right, if you select this, it takes you to the Google Navigations, or a History tab, which will list all the work orders associated with that store's location. You can also use the search feature at the top to search for specific stores. Or by city or state. Next, we're going to navigate to the My Work Orders tab, which is where the FSPs and MSPs will likely spend the majority of their time inside the FieldOne application. So I'm going to click on My Work Orders, and it's going to show me a list of all the work orders assigned to me for that day. If there are no work orders assigned, I can click a plus sign at the top right, which takes me to a page that I can fill out in order to add a store walk to my board, which is what I've done for this service call listed right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click into the service call. And as you will notice at the bottom, there are 5 basic tabs. There's a General Information tab, which lists all the pertinent information to the service call. An Equipment tab, which is where you will go to add parts and problem calls and repair codes and equipment to the service call. A Tasks tab, where you'll go to tell us exactly what you did on the specific unit. A Signature, where you will obtain the customer's signature, and a Summary, where you will type work order notes. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. This billing account is the customer number. Store number is listed here as HDO105. And here's where you'll change your status. So if you're on site, the only options you will see are parts pending and service complete. If you have not gone en route yet, you will see en route and on site. Here's where I'll enter the miles traveled, the work order summary, which comes over from the customer, and that's basically the only pieces of information you need to fill out on the main screen. So I'm going to go ahead and navigate to the Equipment tab. There's currently no equipment listed on this work order, so I'm going to click the plus sign at the top right to add a new piece of equipment. I'm going to go ahead and select a piece of customer equipment. Now this list will only show you equipment associated to the store that you are at. So I'm going to select a piece here and click Save. Once I've added this piece of equipment to the work order, you'll see at the bottom there is a tab for problem calls and repair codes. So I'm going to click into there, and again you're going to click the plus sign at the top right. This is where you will add a problem calls and repair code. Once done, I'm going to click the Save button at the top right. Now that I've saved my work, you'll be able to see what you've added here in the work order incident codes view. Next, I'm going to navigate to the parts section. There are currently no parts listed for this piece of equipment on this work order, so I'm going to click the plus sign at the top right. And this is where you will go to add, purchase, or order or use a part. So your part status is going to be 3 options: used, ordered, or purchased. For the first example, I'm going to order a part. I'm going to select a part number. And tell it how many I want to order. And click Save. Once I save this, I'll now be able to see it in the work order products view. You complete these steps for purchasing and using parts. If you purchase parts, you will be able to see a purchase price to put in there for how much you used to purchase any hardware, consumables, or miscellaneous purchases. Lastly, on the equipment section, there is a place to type in notes. So again, you're going to add a note at the top right by clicking the plus sign. And click Save. So that's how we add a piece of equipment to a service call, as well as adding any problem calls and repair codes and parts against the specific unit that I worked on. You are able to add multiple pieces of equipment. You would just go through the same steps of clicking the plus sign at the top right corners and filling out all the information that you need to in order to add a new unit, any parts or codes. Next is the tasks section. This is where you will go to swipe tasks and say that you've completed them. And finally, you would obtain signatures and add notes. So I would type in the signing customer name and title. After I've saved that, you'll be able to go to the signature tab and have the customer sign. Make sure you always click Save to save your work. And lastly, there's a summary section, which is where you will go to add notes at the call level. And make sure you save your notes. So that's it for the work order section. I'm going to now show you that once you put yourself parts pending or service complete, the call will leave your board.